Now Joshua was old, advanced in years, and the Lord said to him, You are old, advanced in years, and there remains very much land yet to be possessed. This is the land that yet remains, all the territory of the Philistines, and all that of the Geshurites, from Seir, which is east of Egypt, as far as the border of Ekron northward, which is counted as Canaanite. The 5 lords of the Philistines, the Gazites, the Ashdodites, the Ashkelonites, the Gittites, and the Ekronites, also the Avites, from the south all the land of the Canaanites, and Mearah, that belongs to the Sidonians as far as Aphek, to the border of the Amorites, the land of the Gebalites, and all Lebanon toward the sunrise, from Baal-Gad, below Mount Hermon, as far as the entrance to Hamath, all the inhabitants of the mountains from Lebanon, as far as the brook Mizrephoth, and all the Sidonians. Them I will drive out from before the children of Israel, only divide it by lot to Israel as an inheritance, as I have commanded you. Now therefore divide this land as an inheritance to the 9 tribes and half the tribe of Manasseh. With the other half tribe, the Reubenites and the Gadites received their inheritance, which Moses has given them, beyond the Jordan eastward, as Moses the servant of the Lord had given them, from Ariel, which is on the bank of the river Arnon, and the town that is in the midst of the ravine, and all the plain of Medeba, as far as Dibon, all the cities of Sihon king of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, as far as the border of the children of Ammon, Gilead, and the border of the Geshurites, and the Maacathites, all Mount Hermon, and all Bashan as far as Selkar, all the kingdom of Og in Bashan, who reigned in Ashtaroth and Edrei, who remained of the remnant of the giants. For Moses had defeated and cast out these. Nevertheless, the children of Israel did not drive out the Geshurites or the Maacathites, but the Geshurites and the Maacathites dwell among the Israelites until this day. Only to the tribe of Levi he had given no inheritance. The sacrifices of the Lord God of Israel, made by fire, are their inheritance, as he said to them. And Moses had given to the tribe of the children of Reuben an inheritance according to their families, and their territory was from Ariel, which is on the bank of the river Arnon, and the city that is in the midst of the ravine, and all the plain of Medeba, Heshbon and all its cities that are in the plain, Dibon, Bamoth Baal, Beth Baal Meon, Yaza, Kedemoth, Mephath, Kirjathaim, Sibmah, Zereth Shahar, on the mountain of the valley, Beth Por, the slopes of Pisgah, and Beth Jeshimon, all the cities of the plain, and all the kingdom of Sihon king of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, whom Moses had struck with the princes of Midian, Evi, Rechem, Zur, Hur, and Reba, who were princes of Sihon, dwelling in the country. The children of Israel also killed with the sword Balaam, the son of Beor, the soothsayer, among those who were killed by them. And the border of the children of Reuben was the bank of the Jordan. This was the inheritance of the children of Reuben, according to their families, the cities, and their villages. Moses had also given an inheritance to the tribe of Gad. To the children of Gad, according to their families, their territory was Jazer, and all the cities of Gilead, and half the land of the Ammonites, as far as the Ariel, which is before Rabbah, and from Heshbon to Ramath-Mizpah, and Betonim, and from Mahanaim to the border of Debir, and in the valley of Beth-Haram, Beth-Nimrah, Succoth, and Zaphon, the rest of the kingdom of Sihon king of Heshbon, with the Jordan as its border, as far as the edge of the sea of Shinneroth, on the other side of the Jordan eastward. This is the inheritance of the children of Gad, according to their families, the cities, and their villages. Moses also had given an inheritance to half the tribe of Manasseh. It was for half the tribe of the children of Manasseh, according to their families. Their territory was from Mahanaim, all Bashan, all the kingdom of Og king of Bashan, and all the towns of Jair, which are in Bashan, 60 cities, half of Gilead, and Ashtaroth and Edrei, cities of the kingdom of Og in Bashan, were for the children of Machir, the son of Manasseh, for half of the children of Machir, according to their families. These are the areas which Moses had distributed as an inheritance in the plains of Moab, on the other side of the Jordan, by Jericho eastward. But to the tribe of Levi Moses had given no inheritance. The Lord God of Israel was their inheritance, as he had said to them. My name's Arthur, and I thank you for joining me as we've read this passage from Joshua chapter 13. So the children of Israel moved very quickly into the land, and within 5 years they had occupied the land. And while the account says that they wiped out all the people, in fact, some of the previous residents of the land still survived. If you don't take up something that is given to you, then you don't possess it, even though it is yours. The children of Israel had not fully possessed the land. Nevertheless, in anticipation of their ultimate possession of all the land, Joshua is now going to divide the land and allocate the various tribal portions on the west side. But as a preamble to that, we first of all have the description of the division of the land east of the Jordan, which was given to the Reubenites, the Gadites, and to half the tribe of Manasseh. Chapter 13 begins, "There remains very much land yet to be possessed," and in particular identifies the land of the Philistines in the south, and the Philistines would be an issue and a problem for the Israelites for the next 400 years. But generally, these survivors of the original inhabitants lived among the children of Israel in pockets and submitted to them. It's difficult for us in reading these chapters to know exactly what's being said because we don't know where all the places are. But this document is, as it were, the constitution for the nation of Israel. It's the foundation for their occupying of the land. And so they need to know where the boundaries are between the very territories and who is responsible for what. And so that's the point of these lists of names and places, who has the rights of occupation in various parts. And the focus of this chapter has been the territory east of the Jordan, which was given to half the tribe of Manasseh, to the descendants of Reuben, and to the descendants of Gad. And specifically, it is the territory that was taken away from the Amorites by Moses and given to these tribes by Moses, the Amorite kings Sihon and Og. The children of Israel didn't complete the task. They didn't drive out the Geshurites or the Marcathites, and so they continued to dwell among the children of Israel. Twice the point is made that there is no territorial inheritance given to the tribe of Levi. They were to dwell among all the tribes, and they were to receive the sacrifices that the other tribes made. They would provide services for all the tribes as the priests of God, education and administration, as well as the worship of the Lord, and they were to be effectively supported. The tithe is then a tax, and if our tax rates were just 10%, we would be happy. Mention was made of the Sea of Chinneroth. We know that better as the Sea of Galilee. This division of land applies to the area east of Jordan, from Mount Hermon in the north to the Dead Sea in the south. And in passing, it's noted what happened to Balaam, the son of Beor. He was executed by the Reubenites. He had been the prophet that the Moabites had consulted to bring a curse on Israel, but the Lord would not let him curse Israel. He blessed Israel instead. But then he told Moab, the only way to defeat these people is to get them to sin against their God. Then he will judge them. And so the Moabites sent their girls down to cause immorality among the Israelites. And God judged the Israelites as a result. So this is the evil scheme that Balaam was responsible for, and he was judged for.